now. Temperature's 33. It is a hot, hot day, buddy. And secure. And secure. Let you get all set up.
Gainesville Tower, Archer 4167 kilo.
Ability 10. Sky condition scattered 4,600. Temperature 33. Dew point 22. Altimeter 30.9. Arrival aircraft expect visual approach runway 29 or runway 25. Advise on initial contact you have Kilo.
And ready to go when you are. Alright. Friction coming off. Is it recording audio now? It is. Oh, cool. Power coming up. And so it'll record the audio the whole time? Yep. Alright. I'll make sure I'm on my best behavior. Hey, throttle's full open, 100%. Green and the green and the green and the green and the green. 400 pounds of fuel. Clear right. Clear left. Coming up. Pulling about 78% in the hover. Cancel tower, Gator 1.
Gator 1, tower.
Good afternoon, with Kilo at the police ramble. I got a departure to the northwest.
Gator 1, taxiway Alpha, clear for takeoff, northwest departure.
Alpha, clear for takeoff, Gator 1. Here we go. Well, I guess we should get the introductions out of the way. Okay, tell me what you want. That's Justin. I'm the pilot. I'm Ben. He's not. I'm not the pilot. But we're doing a little something different today. Usually we do ride-alongs in a patrol car, and it's a beautiful day to fly, so we're going to do a little fly-along for you today. As we go, I'll try to answer some questions that I know people have about the aviation unit and the aircraft in particular. And Magic Man Justin here will keep us in the air while I'm doing all the talking. The first question I want to know is, you know, you and I equally don't sound this cool in person. Why is it that you put one of these headsets on and you sound awesome? It's a special thing they put into the headset to make pilots sound cool, so when they're flying along, whether it's a helicopter or an airliner, and they can get on there and say, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently cruising at 35,000 feet, eat your peanuts. And it sounds cool. But this is, we don't have any peanuts on this flight, and it is a non-smoking flight. Correct. And we're not going to be cruising at 35,000 feet. We'll be cruising at about 800 feet, which is roughly 650 feet off the ground. Well, and you notice that our captain has not elected to turn off the seatbelt sign because we don't have any doors on, and so we really want to keep our seatbelts on so we don't fall out. Correct. This aircraft is not air conditioned, and being that we're in Gainesville, it gets quite hot. Today's in the mid-90s, so we like to have a little wind blowing on it. Well, let's start off. I do need to get a couple new aerial shots of the department. Okay. Coming left.
1410.
So Dustin, tell the folks a little bit about the aircraft here. What we're currently flying in is a 1970 LOH-58C model. It was a former Army helicopter. It's currently got about 11,000 hours of flight time on it. We obtained it from the military through a military surplus program back in 2007 and configured it for law enforcement. Through the surplus program, we obtained it for a real small dollar amount. I believe the amount was about $500. And that money comes from what we call asset forfeiture, which is basically seized drug money. So is there anything you'd like to say to our funders? Thank you to our offenders for continuing to keep this program alive. As a result of the aviation unit, we've had over 900 arrests since we've started the program and been to over 8,000 calls for service. Good grief. The other good thing about coming from the air is it took us maybe 20 seconds to get to the police station from the airport, and driving along the roadways would take you 5-10 minutes.
They're now at 8th Avenue, still going northbound on Waldo Road.
Okay, and what was the description of the suspect? Let's go check that out.
Bravo Mike, older male on a chrome bike with yellow and black trim. Complainant's a Whiskey Mike following him with yellow shorts, red and blue plaid shirt on a red bike.
All right, now we're listening to a radio call down at Waldo Road, 8th Avenue. Evidently somebody just stole a bicycle, so we got the eyes in the sky, so we're going to go take a look and see if we can help out patrol, get eyes on them. All right, got a unit coming up. Yep.
All units are flying at signal 32. They're now approaching the light at Walmart.
Taking places back in 26 Together, Iowa.
10-4. 10-4.
Looks like it'll be them in the median there.
Stop now.
Not just yet.
Alright, I'm at 12th Avenue and Waldo Road. Are they north of that?
They were traveling north of that. Let's see which way they went.
822, I think it was 1012, just on the bike path, shy of the Walmart.
Yeah, it looks like our unit's done with it.
I don't see the
5693.
Papa, what was the clothing on the black male again? 822 reference and 1012 with all parties on the bike trail south of the edge of the Walmart.
I'm guessing he's under the trees there. Yep. We'll get out of here so they can talk to him. Yep. Actually, a pretty strong wind up here today from the north. We got a 26 knot wind at 800 feet.
Uniform 1, Romeo 1 to 65, signal 13 Papas.
Pretty much a 27 knot direct crosswind.
Romeo 1.
Signal 13 Papas in the area, southeast 19 Terrace, southeast 10th plate. Plane advised they saw 13 Papa in their neighbor's yard. Took a 10-8. Last and headed on 18th Terrace.
And the other thing you'll notice that you're hearing on the audio is actually Justin's got one more that he listens to. He's listening to air traffic control, which we turned off when we got to the airport. And we've got the police radio in one ear, we've got me and Justin in the other ear. So it's just a lot to listen to. And unfortunately, we can't pipe up any rush up in here. I know Justin would like that. Yeah, that would be that would just make this the best job ever. I mean, it's pretty much close to it right now.
Yeah.
And if we could have that peanut service we talked about too, because get hungry every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no peanut service, no beverage service, unfortunately. Not the most leg room either.
So, it's a little cramped when you're 6'2". So we've currently just traveled from the east side Walmart to Butler Plaza in about 2 minutes.
So, just so you can see where we're seeing stuff from, you can see Justin's got a GoPro on his helmet today. We've also got a GoPro in the front of the aircraft looking back at us. And then this camera that I'm holding here. So Justin, with your right hand, kind of just walk me through the controls that you have there.
Okay, my right hand we have what they call the cyclic, which out of all three controls is pretty much the hardest control in the aircraft. It's very sensitive and it controls the aircraft's forward motion, back motion, left motion, and right motion. So I'm using this to keep the aircraft straight and level. And my left hand is what we call the collective. And this is pretty much in charge of our power. So if I lower the collective, I can reduce power and cause the aircraft to descend. And if I give it collective by pulling it up, it'll cause the aircraft to rise and give it more power. And then my feet are controlling what we call the pedals, which that controls the tail rotor, which is on the back of the aircraft. And if I press the left pedal, the nose will go to the left, and I press the right pedal, the nose will go to the right. And those are basically used when we're in a hover, so we can keep the aircraft pointed in the direction we want it to. So as we're flying along, we're using both feet and both hands.
Both feet, both hands, both eyes, because you got a lot of gauges in front of you too.
Correct. We're always monitoring our gauges, giving us all the vital information we need to know about the engine, our airspeed, our altitude.
And that's why you'll see two of us in the helicopter whenever it's flying. Justin's very good at what he does. He can keep this thing airborne all day long, but, well, not all day long until he runs out of fuel. But it takes two of us, because while Justin is working on all the stuff that he has to do, he needs somebody else at the other seat to make sure that we're looking out for stuff, and we're the ones that normally will communicate with the cops on the ground. So while Justin's flying, he's basically, what do you like to say? You're just
I'm just the chauffeur.
Just a chauffeur.
You're doing the hard job. You're doing all the police work. You just tell me where to go, and I make sure I fly in a circle around it. And it's your responsibility, or the person who's sitting in the left seat, the tactical flight officer, to try and locate the bad guy and then tell the good guys where the bad guy is.
26, Julie 12.
So we'll do a couple of things. I'm going to get follow the traffic here, so you can kind of get a feel for how fast we're going.
Gainesville to Juliet 12.
And I'll bring you back up to the instruments here. And right now about 88, 89 knots, which is about how fast, Justin?
Oh, over the ground right now, we're actually with our wind, we're doing about 85 over the ground. It's about 95 miles an hour. Yeah.
Signal 12 in the area.
Alright, so we're already at Archer.
39th Avenue.
So what I'll do is slowing the aircraft down, and we're going to take a look at the fire station, see what that flag is doing.
Plan advised that the subject in the mattress is in danger of falling off.
That way I can get an idea what the winds are doing at the surface. And that'll tell me how I want to get into the LZ. Because helicopters like to have the wind right into the nose.
3900 block.
So there's the fire station.
Oh, okay, got something.
With the helipad. And there's an American flag that's right in front of it. Which appears to be pretty calm. A little bit out of the north, okay. So we're going to make our approach in here. I'm doing what I call my recon right now, making sure there's no obstacles. I got the trees, I got the wires inside, got the cars parked on the south side. I'm skiff you landing, you secure for landing?
Secure.
Okay. So if we needed to deploy a canine right now, if we had a canine with us, whatever, we just made it to the city of Archer in under 10 minutes from the complete opposite side of town. 10, 15 minutes. We could land now and deploy a canine team to assist any of the cops that needed it. One of the advantages of the helicopter.
One of many, because we can do so much from up here.
Being route to the Home Depot, 7107 Northwest 4th Boulevard. We received a signal 12 and a 22 at the location.
I'm starting to slow down.
Subject. It's reference to a gray Toyota Sienna. Almost tried to hit the
Bringing the
complainant.
aircraft around.
Calling in about the 22. The driver of the vehicle is inside Home Depot.
Did you want from 38 or what?
10-4. Advise on 1038.
If you let me know when that tail is clear of the trees and clear of the wires.
And you're clear left.
Clear left. I like to go when I'm coming in this way. I like to go a little bit long. So I don't have to drop her down. So now we're at our LZ. I guess do a pedal turn to the left.
Since Justin's pedals mirror my pedals, you're kind of seeing exactly what input he's putting in. Good tour of the city and are already in Archer.
Yeah. And now we'll get out of here. So what I'm looking at is I got those trees in front of me, I got the wires in front of me. I've got a pretty good distance that I can move forward, so we don't need to do what they call max performance takeoff and go vertical. So what I'm going to do is pick it up, push the nose forward a little bit, and start to climb out and get over those trees. So you all set? Clear left. Clear left. Clear right coming up.
Romeo 1 Uniform 1, 1014.
Okay, so hover power's good, 70% in the hover, put it into the wind, push the sight clip a little bit forward, start getting that airspeed, start pulling on that collective, we get a little more power and start to climb, and here we come up over the tree, back into the wind, and we've just deployed our canine team if we wanted to, or whatever other assets they needed at that time.
Thankfully the helicopter is full of
suspicious vehicle parked up next to a business that's closed. And a lot of times, especially in the summer like this, we'll see smoke, go investigate the smoke, and it's a forest fire that's just started, maybe a house fire. So we're not just out here flying along for the pleasure, we're actually looking at different stuff and proactively patrolling Alachua County, plus the city of Gainesville.
And that's why obviously you're seeing our heads are never still. Justin's looking at stuff, I'm looking at stuff, and just sometimes even 2 sets of eyes isn't enough up here.
One of the other things I'm doing as we're flying along is I'm always prepared for an engine failure. And I'm always looking for the spot where I'm going to go if this engine decides to fail. I mean, helicopters aren't going to fall out of the sky. They have minimal glide characteristics. So I'm always looking, okay, if this engine fails now, where's my best spot? And sometimes it's behind me. Sometimes we just pass it and I'd have to do a 180 with no engine back to our landing zone. That's one of the things the pilots are always doing. Always looking for those what we call forced landing areas.
Right.
And this is now we're over the city of Newberry, or the town of Newberry, whatever it's called. How about Newberry?
Another question that we get every now and then is how long can we stay in the air?
Roughly 2.5 hours. And if it's
It was a great
if it's a
Toyota
scene
Sienna.
that requires longer,
28 Bravo Romeo Juliet.
since we have 2 aircraft available, we can always call out a second crew and do an airborne swap, so that the scene has constant coverage.
Right. So right now we've got just around 300 pounds of fuel on board.
Correct. We're burning about 150 an hour.
Right.
Then we like to start off with about 400 is usually what we have the tank filled to. And we're not really pushing the aircraft right now.
Right.
And we're almost to High Springs.
As you folks can see, we cover, all areas of of Alachua County. So what are some of the other frequent questions you get about either the aviation unit or the aircraft itself?
Frequent questions?
Yeah.
Where the bombs are and where the guns are.
Oh, we can't tell them that now, can we?
We haven't either. The only weapons on board are what we carry, which you and I. Alright, we'll head back towards Gainesville. Sounds good. Moving up for an hour. Well, that's going to be right at the edge of battery life and film space. And bladder life. Yeah, because there is no lavatory on this aircraft. None. I'll turn my air traffic control back on just so folks can get the idea of everything that's in the helmet.
One place in Bellwood, showing an audible kitchen door at the Miranda residence.
Now we're over Alachua, so we've covered pretty much all the west side. We still have enough fuel to hit Waldo and Hawthorne if we wanted to.
Yeah, so if you want to do any air shout-outs, now's the time to do it.
I'd like to thank the Academy, first, God, Will Ferrell, for being such an inspiration, a true inspiration to all of humanity.
I will post this to Will Ferrell's Facebook and Twitter. I will. If you don't hit the water tower.
Eric Bauer saying, special, I would, a deep shout out to Getty Lee, Alex Slice, and Neil Pert of Rush. Probably my mom and my wife and my kid probably should be thrown in there as well. Hi, Jackson.
Yeah, you should throw a nice big one to Jackson.
Jackson, hey buddy, I love you. And, I think I'm gonna cry, so I gotta stop now.
Okay.
This is 8466 back Gainesville Tower 4 to left base runway 25.
Once again, we're listening to police radio, we're listening to aircraft radio, and then Justin has to listen to me talk.
Tower, Gator 1.
Gator 1, Gainesville Tower.
7 to the north, inbound for landing. Full stop at the police ramp. We can make a right downwind if you'd like.
Gator 1, you can proceed straight to the hangar for landing. The wind 290 at 4, altimeter 3008, quarter mile out.
3008, straight to the hangar, quarter mile out, Gator 1.
Yeah, 10-4.
I think the last huge shout out we should do would be to the supporters of the Joint Aviation Unit.
Absolutely.
Every year around budget time, the Joint Aviation Unit is one of the things that is talked about each and every year. And certainly want to thank everyone that appreciates the eyes in the sky.
1187, 1014.
And knows that we're up here not just making noise, but we're out here keeping an eye on the population.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for continuing to support us. All right, off-place radio. I'm secure, gauges are in the green, no cautions or warnings, fuel's about 210.
I am secure.
And less he's secure.